the Saskatoon berry here. Pretty big bush. Should flower this year, I think. Got some tiger lilies here in the front. Big one here. We got a fig tree here. This is a turkey fig, and it's doing the best out of all my figs. I get a good shot of it here. Looking very good. I wish the rest of them were looking that good. And then over here we have fig trees that aren't doing so well. They're trying to bud. I just clipped them back a little bit to encourage that, but pretty late for spring. And they're all 3 different varieties too. That's some chocolate mint there. Then we got our zucchini. Got our tobacco plants outside now, the ones that have rooted. We're waiting for them to spring new leaves. Then we'll know the roots are pretty mature. We got tomatoes, we got cherry tomato, we got gold nugget tomato from a friend, we got kumquat tomato, we've got super sweet tomato, bumblebee tomato, and I'm not sure what that one is at the back. I think it's another cherry tomato. So that's good. That's another coffee, rooted coffee cutting. Has a bigger stalk on the bottom, so it might actually have a better starting point than a thin stick. Got another fig here that's starting to go. Got some dragon fruit outside now. Got our raspberry bush here from Europe. This is like a Norwegian raspberry. It's a big, huge raspberry, about that big, almost an inch big when they're healthy. Over here we have some beans, and some beans here. We got 2 more tomato plants here, and we got flava bean here, flava bean there, and a flava bean there, starting up. We've got carrots plugged into that underneath the soil, germinating now. And this is what I wanted to show you. This is the basket that I used underneath the ground here at 5 feet. So this is at the bottom here of this tube here as a chamber to draw air from. And I think that the new boat bilge fan motor I got, inline 3-inch, is probably sucking a bit of a vacuum down there. So we're going to go for a proper flow-through geothermal system on the smallest greenhouse on the net. So it's 49 square feet, so I figure 20 feet of 3-inch hosing attached to this, which is a Black & Decker leaf blower I've saved for many years and didn't have the leaf blower, and I've drilled holes throughout the bottom to let out condensation up 50% of the pipe, and this will sit against the basket. So say the basket's down there, I go in at 4.5 feet just above the water trap at the bottom, and this will come off the side of the basket. Fits quite nicely actually, and it'll draw air from inside the basket. Draw it down over here to this pipe. We'll put a 3-inch tube in here. We'll run it back here once, twice, 3 times, maybe 4 times, and then we're going to dig a hole right here underneath the Great Escape and put the tube inside the greenhouse underground here so we don't lose anything. And then we'll probably use this as an exhaust and force air down through this way, and at the end of it it'll hit the chamber, which will be consistent temperature, and then up through the tube, which is hanging in the center of the basket with a bucket on it with holes in it so that it's protected from any falling dirt inside this mesh. But it's very hard down there, so I'm pretty sure that it won't be falling through the sides of the basket. Anyways, that's the plan, Stan. And I think that with that many feet, 20 feet, at 4 feet down, frost line is 18 inches. So let's say 24 inches in an emergency. We'll be 36 inches or more down, covered, and then covered with the emergency space blanket at 4 feet, 4.5 feet, and then basically fill it in with the dirt we've taken out. And I'll put a tarp right here next to it while I dig this little trench here. It's going to be a little bit more work than last time, but well worth it, because then I'll be able to draw the cold air or the hot air from the top of the greenhouse down through in the summertime, and then I'll be able to cool it going back into the greenhouse there with the fan on the inside there. You can see the fan there. It's like an inline blower, it's called. So that I can put on either end. And in the winter time, when I want to bring that 15 degrees up from down there, all I have to do is draw the air out and have the roof fan brought down to the lower end, because we want the hot air to rise. We don't want to put hot air in the top where it's going to be freezing cold. So anyways, that's the plan, guys. And we've got some new flowers on the I'm not sure you can see them, but got some new flowers on the mandarin. So I'll catch you later.